everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Now today we have a grand unveiling of the latest collaborative product between myself and my dad, Backyard Bullion Senior, as he has come to be known. And that takes the form of these name frames, as we are calling them. So they are Backyard Bullion hand-poured silver name frames set in English oak, made by my dad. And what a job Dad has done. So before we have a look at these a little closer, I want to say a couple of thank yous. First to Dad for all of your hard work on these. Thank you, they look incredible, and I'm really excited about some of the different variations that we might be able to come up with in the future. And also a thank you needs to be said to Mrs. Backyard Bullion, who came up with this concept, with this idea in the first place. We were playing with the square puzzle boards, which have a similar style to these, with basically squares with numbers on, and Mrs. Backyard Bullion simply said, could we make them with letters on and have that as names? And the rest is history. We made these name frames. So a huge thank you to Dad and Mrs. Backyard Bullion. Also thank you to the customer, Mike L, on the Silver Forum, who commissioned the very first name frame that was sold, and that is this one here. It's for, I think, a co-worker of his, L's Toback. And because the name is split over 2 lines with 3 and 5, we decided to add 2 extra ripple squares to fill out the frame, and I think that looks incredible. Of course, Dad's workmanship on this frame is just exemplary. I love it, it's great. If we take the letters out, we can see the full work of the grain there. And you know, Dad, you do an incredible job all the time on these pieces. It's really smooth. You can't feel the joins in these corners at all. And Dad is now constantly on the lookout on eBay, on various other places, different suppliers of wood for these different bits of wood which have really nice grain, and he's found a couple of really cool pieces recently, and this is one of them with these incredible bits of grain patterning on it. So well done to you, Dad, for A, finding this piece of wood, and B, working it so nicely. They all come with a nice felt bottom. Who doesn't like a felt bottom? And then, you know, we have optional extras as well, like these little name plaques, or you can have the Backyard Bullion hand-pulled silver plaque on there. We were kind of thinking for, basically for the name frames, they make incredibly cool, I think anyway, christening gifts. You know, if you've got your young child, or you've got a you know, a friend who's had a child, silver is traditionally the kind of gift you give for a christening. So we were thinking this would make a pretty perfect, you know, christening gift. These 2 here that we've got are for our dogs, so we're not going to christen our dogs. Pickle and Bowie, for those of you who've been following my channel for a while, you'll know Pickle and Bowie, and yeah, we thought it would make a pretty cool thing. Now with these, we had also the idea that you could have the, you know, so we've got the Backyard Bullion hand-poured silver label here, but you could have on there, you could have the date of the christening or the date of birth, whatever it might be. We really like that idea, and of course as well, they become kind of educational, because whilst they look very pretty, each letter is of course completely separate and unique and different, and you can then, as the child grows, you can use it as a way to help them learn how to spell their name, which I really like. So it's educational as well as something pretty to look at and commemorative. So we really like that. I think it's incredibly, it's tactile, which is the important thing, I think, for our sort of special products like this. We want to have things which are, you know, sort of a little bit more than just something you'd put in a drawer or on a shelf and never kind of see again. Now, every single piece is individually made, as you can guess from our hand-poured silver production, if we can get it into focus. There we go. And each piece is obviously going to be different in terms of its weight, but also the ripples which come on the surface of each piece. So every single piece will be, of course, rippled. We could do a mirrored set, to be honest. I haven't experimented with a mirrored set. It would take for ages, and it would also ruin my thumb. I think I've got a nice, yeah, on there you can see a nice blister from a couple of mirrored pieces I've been working on recently. But every single piece is unique and different, and we can go that sort of extra mile to make sure that what you're getting is what you want. And hallmarked as well by the Edinburgh office, so you can see here on the back each piece will be stamped with its weight, and then down at the bottom there, sent up to the Edinburgh office for assay testing and guaranteed that it's 999 silver. So yeah, I really like them. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on this though. If you have some thoughts and opinions, please do share them down in the comment section. I have created a listing for these on my website. If you are interested in commissioning a name frame, then please be aware that it will take Between, on average, it's about 4 weeks. Sometimes it can be a little longer depending on what time of the month relative to when we're submitting a big parcel to Edinburgh. We can do expedited services. So the chap who organised or wanted to have this particular set had a pretty short deadline. We can do expedited service. To be honest, the pouring and manufacturing of it only takes maybe a day or two with the silver, and then Dad to make the frames maybe a week or so. It's the hallmarking element that takes quite a long time, and that has to go up to Edinburgh, be tested, and then sent back to us. So it can take a bit of time, but we can expedite services. So if you've got a short deadline, then you can get involved. But there's a listing over on my website. There's a link down in the description below. You can pick and choose your letters. Now, we appreciate that these, they're not going to be cheap sets, because ultimately there's a lot of silver involved, certainly in a set like this, which will weigh. Each piece, by the way, is probably about 1.4 ounces, so you're looking at about 14 ounces of silver here, plus the board, plus all of the hallmarking and the wondrous, lovely VAT and taxes that we now have to sort of impart to HMRC and you guys as customers. So we understand it's not cheap, but the quality we hope is there, and the uniqueness and the difference that we can bring in our products, I hope, shines through, literally, because we shine it up nice and good. So we also antique all the letters as well, as you can see, and then have them all nice and shiny at the end, so the letters stand out. So do let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. If you are interested, you can go over to my website. There's a listing there. You can choose your letters. If you were interested in getting a piece, but perhaps outlaying for a full set in one go is not for you, we can, of course, do individual letters. We can do the frames individually as well, and you can have like a monthly name frame club, we could call it, and you could get one letter each month. We could even do a Scrabble set, ultimately, coming up. If you wanted to have all of the different letters, or every letter of the alphabet over a certain time frame, we could look to do that. So there's loads of flexibility in here from production and from pretty much everything that you might like. Do let me know your thoughts on these down in the comment section. Please let me know if you are interested in them, and any feedback that you have on them. That would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, that is all we have for today. Thank you one and all for watching. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and have a great week ahead. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.